Remember what these people said leading up to the trial.
We've been lied to by Turning Point USA, by the corporate media, by federal law enforcement, by Utah state officials, by Utah Valley University, by Donald Trump, by Benjamin Netanyahu.
Do you really think a human being shot Charlie Kirk? There's a muzzle flash behind him, okay? And that wound is an exit wound. Okay. He got shot by a drone, not a human being.
Because when the trial happened and the evidence is presented, you will be able to know who's reasonable, who's been fair, and who is pushing conspiracies. Didn't do no research, didn't do no due diligence, didn't look into nothing that they saying. Oh, I'm questioning. No, you're not. You're pushing a theory. My wife messaged Erica the other day. She responded to us, and it was very humbling with all the stuff that she asked that she responded. And those of you who know, kind of what we've been doing with Charlie Kirk's merch, I want to give you an opportunity on his birthday to support him. 100% of the profit that we get from this will go to the Kirk family. And we already talked to Erica. She was very excited that we were doing it for her. Obviously, she was humbled. And we've already raised over $400,000 plus right now. We got to do the numbers. I think we're probably at $500,000 right now raising for his family. So if you want to participate, get you one of these shirts or one of these merch items, and your purchase will go towards the Kirk family. We wanted to write them $1 million check. I need y'all to help me with that if we're going to get to $1 million. But at least you can go through and get you some merch to support Charlie, to support his family. And obviously we make the best quality stuff on the market. You can get any of these things. Anything that say Charlie Kirk on it or Kirk related is going to his family. Don't buy Charlie Kirk merch anywhere other than Turning Point USA and an approved website that's going to give the money and proceeds to his family. We are doing it. Turning Point is doing it. And there may be another one, but verify. Don't just spend money with these people that's making a profit on his death. I mean, making a tremendous profit. They're not giving nothing to Charlie. And I think that that's not right. If you're going to put his name on some stuff, then you need some royalties of that need to go to his family. We got to get to these conspiracy theorists. And I want to say this to y'all. Remember what these people said leading up to the trial. Remember what they said. Remember every case that has happened that you can remember. When trial comes, it's not what you thought it was. The information, the evidence that they will present in trial is going to be so much more than you think they have. It has happened in every single case that I've ever seen that went to trial. And discovery, just like the kid that got killed, I forget his name, but he got killed in the car. He was in the car, cop came up, he asked for his ID. He went to reach down like this and the cop shot him like 8 times. People went on the internet without knowing the information, without doing any research, and they got crazy. To me, that was a really close call. I think the cop, it could have went either way. But at the end of the day, everybody was like, he was a legal gun owner and all this stuff. But what ended up coming out was, after Facebook videos was shown and all this, that he was illegally in the possession of a firearm because he had been using drugs before he applied for his CCW. So technically, and the toxicology results said he had marijuana in his system at the time of the incident. So he had just applied for a CCW, which he lied on the CCW, which is a felony. So he should have never had a gun in the first place. And then they recovered drugs in the car. And then we see a Facebook video from a week before where he's smoking weed, got the windows rolled up, and a little kid in the back coughing and choking. So he wasn't a good guy, but they tried to make him out to be a martyr. But so remember what people say before trial. All your favorite YouTubers, remember them, because when the trial happened and the evidence is presented, you will be able to know who's reasonable, who's been fair, and who is pushing conspiracies to make money. Didn't do no research, didn't do no due diligence, didn't look into nothing that they saying. People are like saying stuff without even looking into it. Oh, I'm questioning. No, you're not. You're pushing a theory. If you were really questioning, you would do your due diligence to verify the thing that you brought up so that when you present it to your people, you present it to them with full transparency and authenticity. You don't just question everything you can think about on the planet Earth. You say, well, let me do some research into that. So when I present it to people, I got a little backing behind it. I'm not just saying, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait, look at that. There's something there. A person had a hat on backwards. I'm wondering why they got a hat on backwards. I'm just saying they got a hat backwards. Oh, this person is standing next to Charlie at a 30-degree angle. That's weird. Ain't it weird? I think it's weird. Everybody think it's weird. No. How about you communicate with the person that you see doing that first? Oh, there's a suspicious person. Somebody identify this person or that person. No, identify the person first. Interview the person. And then therefore, it's a nothing burger, or you can present what you heard from the person that you suspect that has done something. That's why I don't get out and do that stuff, because I know people at Turning Point. So if I have a question, I'm not going to get on here and say, this is suspicious. I'm going to call them and say, hey, bro, is this what I think it is? No, it ain't. Okay. And then I'm going to come to y'all and say, I verified that this, even though it looked like this is not what it is, because I talked to this person, and I got the full spectrum. Somebody that's done a really good job is Stephen Gardner. What did he do? He interviewed a person that does autopsies for a living. He interviewed people who are detectives and people who understand this. That do this for a living. And he got a perspective from professionals that do this. So let's get to the thing like I was getting ready to say without me rambling. So listen to these conspiracy theorists, and I want you to mark them, because when the rubber hit the road, you will find out that these people are not trustworthy to listen to on topics like this. Roll the clip.
Do you really think a human being shot Charlie Kirk?
Human being.
Let me explain.
Okay.
There's a muzzle flash behind him.
Maybe it's a parody.
And that wound's an exit wound.
Exit wound.
He got shot from behind.
Did he?
Okay. He got shot by a drone, not a human being. You're going to leave this whole thing, even if you got Core Horse to do it, and whoever's behind, the killer, 22-year-old kid, to leave it all to you, who's not a killer, never killed anybody before, to take him out? No. Lone gunman? Absolutely not. So why wouldn't you use a drone, right? So there's a muzzle flash behind him in a vent where no human being can be placed there. So wouldn't you just put a patsy up there and the shot goes off? There he is.
Right.
Meanwhile, you got hit from the back. Nobody's even looking for a drone. No, you're not even thinking about that. And the Chinese have mosquito-sized drones for reconnaissance. We're seeing all types of, like Lockheed Martin, they have drones now to where you can't even detect them. So all these things are coming out. If you look into what type of drones are used for military, assassinations or operations, you don't think they have this type of technology they can just use on him? One perfect shot. You only need one shot. You're telling me a kid with a lazy eye changes clothes, goes to the roof, takes the shot, perfect shot, changes his clothes again, disassembles the rifle, and then throws it in a bush?
Disassembles the rifle?
Oh, yeah, well, mind you, puts the rifle back together again, then throws it in the bush, and do all that in record time.
There's a guy worse than this, just so you know. But let's just talk about this. It's already been disproven that the gun was not disassembled, right? They already came out and made a statement that the gun was never disassembled. A drone that can shoot around into a person with nobody hearing or seeing it is insane. I guess it's got a suppressor on it. You hear bow from a zzz. Have you guys ever heard of a drone? Like you ever heard a drone that's within vicinity? It sounds like a big bumblebee. You got to fly that thing so high. Where would you fly the drone that's high enough where people can't even hear the drone? You'll hear that thing going zzz, and then it's supposed to fire a shot that make no sounds. And somebody was leveling the drone enough to hit a spot on a person like that without that's harder than a person shooting a person. You got to level the drone out, and then you got to have a munition that don't make any sound, and it's got to somehow hit Charlie and flee away. But then simultaneously, they got some guy staging all this stuff. You can't be this stupid. Oh, yeah, you can't be this stupid. Who the next person is? Oh, yeah, this guy. Remember him? You can never listen to this guy again. He is not a real person. I don't know if he's on meth. I don't know if he's seeing stuff. I can't not believe he has a social media. Listen to what he said. This was like yesterday, wasn't it? 2 days ago. After all the information that we got out in the public, this is what he said. Roll it.
If you haven't figured it out yet, Charlie Kirk was not shot in the throat with a bullet fired from a 30-06 by a chasing furry lover called Tyler Robinson.
Oh, okay.
That is blatantly obvious.
Obvious.
There would have been an exit wound.
Oh, would it?
And then there would have been an autopsy.
Oh, there wasn't?
We wouldn't have been told that the bullet was lodged in Charlie Kirk's bones of steel and that an autopsy wasn't necessary and that we should just believe everything that we're being told is true because a bunch of authority figures said so. No, we've been lied to ad nauseum about the death of Charlie Kirk. We've been lied to by Turning Point USA, by the corporate media, by federal law enforcement, by Utah state officials, by Utah Valley University, by Donald Trump, by Benjamin Netanyahu, just about everyone else that you can think of
Everybody
with any
but you.
power or influence in this country's political or media systems. And they have done this for a very good reason, because they killed Charlie Kirk.
They?
And not with a 30-06. Instead, they killed him with an exploding microphone. Kind of like an exploding pager. And guess what? The people that are behind the exploding microphone are also the same people that were behind the exploding pagers. And this should be obvious to anyone who's paying attention at all. All of this was very well coordinated. The Israeli demons have been assisted in this cover-up and in their crimes by members of Turning Point USA, by members of Charlie Kirk's security detail, by members of law enforcement, by our government, by our media. This was an assassination of an American citizen by a hostile foreign regime. Charlie Kirk's murder was an attack on America. A public attack meant to send a very clear message. If you question, if you push back against them and the levers of power that they control, you will be publicly sacrificed and the entire country will be expected to embrace a patently false story about how it happened. Charlie Kirk was murdered so that others would be quiet, so that millions of young people in this country could be steered toward Israel, instead of being away from them thanks to Charlie's awakening. And here on this program, from this desk, I told you this immediately after this happened.
I swear, if you listen to Stu Peters, you are Stu-head. You're stupidity. When you look up stupid in the Bible, I say in the Bible, Lord Jesus, help me. I love the Bible. When you look up stupid in the dictionary, you're going to see Stu Peters' head in there. Think about this for a minute. An exploding microphone. So somehow Turning Point got a hold of an exploded microphone that, like, this technology is like from planet I don't know what. How do you get a microphone that have explosive components in it? I went and did a little research on the beeper explosion. The beepers were heavier than a normal beeper, but they were able to pass it off saying that the technology made it heavier. You got do we have one of those? Let me show y'all what this thing look like. And you tell me how you can fit a munition in it that somehow doesn't have a grounding or a backing to it. It's connected to his chest with a magnet, and it somehow held the place and be able to project something into his neck on the other side. This is the same thing that Charlie's using. Same thing. A 5.56 can't fit in this thing. 223. Hold on. Can you go get my rifle out of there? You ain't scared to hold it, are you? No. Just grab the handle. Don't pull the trigger. Okay. So I just want to show y'all an example of what we're dealing with here. A 9mm wouldn't have done that to Charlie's neck, just so you know. A 9mm wouldn't have done that. It had to have been a high-powered, high-velocity round. That's why you can see his shirt fluff and the impact of his whole body hit him right here. It's on safety, so don't worry about it. Yep, Nick, you holding it right. Just bring it over here. Hold on a second. All right, I got my... Just for you haters that think you're going to come to the headquarters, I got a couple of these for you. So, 223 round. That won't fit in this microphone. And if the bullet hanging out the side of it like this, I think Charlie would have been like, hey, why they got a bullet on it? So this didn't come out of it. I don't have my 9mm with me, but the 9mm probably take up the whole thing here. Where was the munition at? And if he's saying it's an explosive, is it explode with shrapnel? The thing is on this side. Charlie get hit on this side. So you telling me it exploded and it went like that at enough velocity to make his shirt do this, the back of his shirt, and his Stu Peters is literally online saying that's true. If you had a device like this that had a projectile in it, it needs something on the opposite side so the thing don't go flying off your chest like this. If it exploded, it would have been boom. It would have had a big blast and blew his shirt off. And he would have had a big burn on his chest and his shirt would have been blown off into pieces. Stu Peters is a idiot and people follow him. He got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. He got millions across all his platforms. And that fool said that this blew him up because Israel did it. Why would Israel risk going to war with the United States of America to take out Charlie Kirk? Because Charlie Kirk was secretly turning on Israel. Well, I know a couple of people that's openly turning on Israel. and Charlie is the one they want. Okay. What are y'all saying? We just signed a peace deal where the hostages came back. They gonna do Charlie in and sign a peace deal. Y'all can't be that stupid. Like Charlie Kirk mentioned this in one of his last speeches about the derangement and the assassin culture of the left. We just seen them go to another politician's house and take them out. They tried to take out Donald Trump. There are people, and the thing is, shame on you for anybody that's trying to divert from the real issue here. You should be ashamed. You're slightly complicit because you're looking at this. Look at the government. Look at Israel. Look at it. No, look at the people who are losing their minds in vitriolic hatred against conservatives. They had a guy get up on a building and try to shoot at ICE agents. The dummy ended up hitting detainees. He literally tried to snipe and kill ICE agents in a sniper position. But no, look at them. Don't look at them. Look at Israel. Israel's the problem. The government is the problem. They're covering it up. It's somebody else. No, talk about the person who really is responsible for doing this. Because if you don't, these people will continue to be radical. You go poll some of these people in college and say, is it justified to take out your enemy, your political enemy with violence and murder? Yes. Majority of them believe yes. They just got a guy in Virginia that's running for attorney general attorney general that threatened the lives of a political opponent on text message. The gubernatorial candidate will not condemn him. She will not condemn him. This is the people who are the biggest threat to us. But yet people are saying, look. No, I want to see the messages on that Discord. What was him and other people talking about on Discord? Why was there the existence of a Discord channel? This is what we need to be finding, not chasing conspiracy theories of maybe it was this person. Maybe I noticed something. Somebody got Converse in the crowd. Okay, man, come on. Really? Somebody got Converse on in the crowd. I noticed something. This guy looked like another guy. That's not evidence. That's not questioning. That's conjuring up misinformation that can never be disproven. I see this stuff every day on the internet, and I'm perplexed at how we're not focusing on the enemy at foot. But let me tell you this. You shall know them by their fruits. Anyone that sees Charlie Kirk's death and celebrates it, you know what fruit they're possessing. Anybody who's leveraging Charlie Kirk's death to monetize or to be I see it all over the internet, y'all. People's videos getting 20,000 views, but then when they do the conspiracies, they get 100,000 views, 200,000 views, 500,000, million views. Their Instagram channel, dead. They do a conspiracy, 10 million views. You're like, well, that's kind of weird. Now I see why you're doing it, because it's making money. And then they just push it and push it and push it and push it and push it. No reason. They don't interview people who are experts. Let me tell you this. If a person is trying to get to the bottom of Charlie Kirk's death, this is what I would do, right? I think they already caught the guy, and a lot of things point to him. I only have one question mark in this whole thing, is that did the round they recovered match the 30-06? That's the only question mark that I see. Everything else is pretty well explained. There could be other accomplices, but they didn't kill Charlie. The person who killed Charlie, they got in custody. I'm pretty confident, based on reading the probable cause statement, looking at the evidence they have, looking at the interviews, I'm pretty confident that they got who they got. The question is that bullet going to match? And if it doesn't, that's going to be, I don't even know where we go from there if the bullet doesn't match. Now, they know if the bullet matched or not. They probably already know. We don't know. But like, it's a pretty cut and dry case here, to be quite honest. And anybody who's genuine pretty much know that. It's pretty cut and dry. They have him online doing reconnaissance of the location that Charlie was at. They got him online looking at Google Map and mapping out his scheme to take Charlie's life. They have it on record, internet search history, that they presented it to court as evidence in this trial. They have video of him leaving a location in the community where his car was parked, registered to him, walking through the community with a limp in his step because he got a rifle down his pant leg. Then he gets to campus. They got video of him going up the staircase, video of his face being presented as he's walking up the staircase, which his mother and father both identified him. Then they got a video of him going to the staircase, entering onto the roof, jumping down to the platform, going to the place where he's prone, firing a shot, running from the prone position, jumping off the building with the gun in his hand, wrapped in a black sheet. He has DNA. They got his prone position. They got indicia at the prone position. They know exactly where he fired the shot from. He got shoe impressions, palm impressions that they got as evidence. He runs to the thing. They got him running across the street on camera. They got him running through the community on camera. They got him running from in between houses where he left the gun on camera. They got him getting into a vehicle and driving off. They got his geo-tracked. He's on video at Dairy Queen in the area. He lives 200 miles from there. There's no reason for him to be there whatsoever. They got phone call conversations, or at least they have testimony from his father about the phone call that he had with his son, who his son then admitted to him that he did it. His son said he wanted to take his own life, but his dad was able to convince him to come home and turn himself in. They have evidence of the dad conversation, the text messages, the rifle belonging to his grandfather, the dad confronting him about the rifle belonging to his grandfather, him texting his lover, of all this incriminating stuff. They got a Discord channel with 20 people in it. All evidence in this case. Then they got a sheriff deputy who's a next door neighbor who testifies to being contacted by the dad, coordinating that this kid turned himself in. They got DNA evidence of his finger on the trigger. They got a spent casing in the gun, DNA on the gun, DNA on the rounds. And y'all want us to believe that they are somehow, because they won't do the investigation on social media, that they're hiding from us. The FBI shouldn't even release the information that they did. They were trying to get you knuckleheads to not push conspiracies and tank the jury pool. So they gave you a little something that you could say, okay, it appears that they may have gotten a guy that did this. And people out here throwing fake question marks out for no reason and won't address the fact that they got overwhelming evidence. Won't address the trial. I mean, the preliminary hearing that they just did, it was kind of a preliminary hearing for counsel. He retained lawyers, and in the hearing, the lawyer said, his defense said, there is so much overwhelming evidence that we need time to evaluate all the evidence that they have. And not saying overwhelming meaning that they're admitting that it's corroborative evidence, but they're saying there's so much evidence, there's so much electronic communication evidence that's been presented by the prosecution that we need more time. And then they're going to go to the initial hearing to present the evidence. It's crazy to me that somehow we think that the FBI, because of Jeffrey Epstein, that the FBI is going to botch the biggest, most important assassination of our lifetime. And Donald Trump is going to let him do it. Donald Trump is going to say, Kesh Patel, you know what? Charlie was my friend, but go ahead and botch this. Let me watch you botch the investigation. Kesh Patel, been on Charlie's show, been on my show. Kesh Patel somehow don't want the killer of Charlie Kirk to be arrested in your mind. So he botches the whole thing. The FBI agents in Salt Lake City all botched it in a coordinated effort that they put together 24 hours before assassinating Charlie, because he got on some chat and said, I'm done with these donors. And he was, being upset on a private text message. But somehow they concocted this instantaneously and got every FBI agent involved. Kesh Patel is involved. Local law enforcement is involved. All the witnesses that were there that saw Charlie get shot in the neck from the front with no exit is involved. His whole security team is somehow cooperative. And Frank Turek is involved. The university is involved. The deputy that was the neighbor is involved. The sheriff is involved. Both his parents are complicitly involved in turning their son in, knowing he didn't do nothing wrong. The trans person that was his girlfriend, boyfriend is involved. Discord is involved. Israel is involved somehow. I don't get it, man. And I never will.